Hi bestie, it's so good to have you here while I'm setting up my December bullet journal because can I be honest, I have not really been feeling myself lately and this one kind of took a lot out of me. You mind if we talk about it? So for a while now, I've had like a giant creative block and it's been really affecting me and some of the things that I do in my life. If I'm being honest, the last few bullet journal spreads, I've just kind of been pushing through to get through and finish out the year. And this one was no different. I absolutely had no idea what I wanted to do for December. Nothing was coming to me. And it took a lot out of me to actually sit down at my table and do something. So the title page, I'm keeping it very simple. I'm just using this gold fine tech to draw a giant letter D, and then I'm going to also write December underneath it with my brush pen. And then the first spread is a little bit more on the simple side, but as I started decorating, I felt like I started getting a few more ideas. I started getting the hang of things, and then I really started diving into kind of like what I wanted it to look like. I knew I wanted it to be festive, but I made a ton of mistakes in this journal. But you know, sometimes life is not always how you plan it to be. You have to just kind of keep moving forward and keep pushing forward. And I really felt that this month setting up this bullet journal. I don't know why I struggled so hard with this one. Sometimes when I get in these like mental blocks or creative blocks, it drains me because I love bullet journaling. It's something that I do for self-care. And so when I'm like stressing about my self-care activity, it's really hard to come out of that, pull myself out of that, and like find a way around things. But again, once I kind of sat down in my hand and my mind kind of remembered why I like to do bullet journaling and why I like to kind of have this creative freedom to set up my journals every single month, I decided this is fine. And I was really enjoying it. So this next spread is probably my favorite one I set up for December, and it's one of the ones that I've used before in past bullet journals. Sometimes when, you want to pull yourself out of a mental fog, it's best to just go with something just do something familiar. And so that's what I did with this one, and I'm just decorating it with this giant wreath in the middle. I actually took this like wreath inspiration from a few watercolor holiday cards that I did last year. The wreath holiday card that I made last year was absolutely one of my favorites, and so I try to recreate this with markers. It doesn't give the same effect, but I actually still really like how this came out. So yeah, as I mentioned, mistakes were definitely made. Here I am realizing that I sketched the wrong spread on the wrong page. So anyway, we're gonna come back to that page. That's the last week of December, so it's fine. We're gonna keep moving. Again, you gotta kind of keep moving forward when you make mistakes. It's fine. So for this one, I'm keeping it super simple. Again, I'm turning these circles into ornaments for each day of the week. And I wanted to like give it like this kind of sketch effect. So I like purposely didn't connect the circles. Anyway, I don't know. I thought it would give it a little bit of flair or something, something interesting. And lastly, going back to the last week of December, I thought that this one would be so fun to draw a giant present. And so I put most of my time and effort into drawing this spread. And this is where I felt my creative juices flowing. I love this one. This one was great. I also just love the idea of having like a giant red bow for one of the spreads for December. And I decided to just keep everything outlined because I did not want to kill my markers by coloring in this giant red bow. I also didn't want the markers to like bleed onto the next pages, so this is why I just kept it outlined. But I really like how this one turned out. I think it looks really fun. And here is a final look at all the pages we set up today. Thanks so much for listening, friend. I really and truly appreciate it. Don't forget to take care of yourself this holiday season. Reflect, check in with yourself, make sure that you're doing okay. I can't wait to see you in my next video, but in the meantime, as I mentioned, I did some really cute holiday cards last year. I'll be sure to link that video right here on the left-hand side of the screen. Go check that one out, and I will see you soon. Bye.